Hey, what's up, everybody? It's your girl, Tonya Lady T, and I'm just checking in and wanted to say hey to everybody and to say right off the bat, we will have Bible study live in the morning on my channel, of course, here at 10 a.m. Eastern Standard Time. We'll get back into the Word and see what's going on between Esau and Jacob. We'll touch back on that and get back into the Word. And I got some running around to do on Saturday, so hopefully I won't keep you long. It'll be our normal hour morning live. So I did want to get that out there so that everybody can be tuned in and be ready to go. Suited and booted with the Word. But anyway, I'm taking a break, what you call an eye break. I've been very, very busy at work. But I did want to take a break and just talk about you either want it or you don't. Just observations in life and what I do, whether it be on my job or just in general. I have to observe a lot. I have to read a lot, and I have to analyze stuff. And this has nothing to do with no one in particular per se, but just people in general. I'm going to tell you something. It's one of those situations where you either want to be delivered or you don't want to be delivered. You either want to be helped or not. And what I want to talk about is that a lot of people will talk themselves out of a blessing. A lot of people will perish for the lack of knowledge. And what I want to say about that is that you could be a person that gives someone the blueprint, the instructions, the avenue, whatever, to get where they need to get, to give them the information, the tools in order for them to succeed. But in that succession, you have got to do and put the work in. A lot of people want a shortcut to things. And in life, there will be some things that there will be a shortcut. But for the most part, everything in life is not going to be easy. And if I'm giving you the information to get where you need to go, and your response is, oh, well, shoot, I can't do all that now. They want you to do too much. Well, that's what is required. Everything is not going to come to you like, boom, bam, thank you, man. There are going to be some things in your life, mostly 80% of the time, maybe even 90%. You're going to have to dig, research, look, knock, press, and all of that. Everything is just not going to be handed to you on a silver platter. And you want other people to sit back and explain to you the do's and the don'ts. Now, some of us, again, I will give you, or anybody will give you information to say, okay, I'm going to save you 10 years of heartache, but you got to do it. Based on my experience, based on what I've done, don't go down that road. Because there's heartache. And we know sometimes life is the best experience. Life will give you the best experience of anything. But if I'm giving you the information that you need to proceed down a trajectory for success, again, it could be something as simple as cooking a steak. And I show you and direct you to, okay, this is what you need to do. And you don't have any clue on how to cook, but I'm giving you the steps, whether it's learning what temperature to cook the steak at, what's the seasonings that you, based on your taste, but all that stuff. If you're not willing to go through that, if you're not going through that teaching because you think it's too much, that's just too much, then you cut yourself out of your own blessing. It's like that saying, give me a fish and I can eat for a day. But if you teach me how to fish, I can eat fish for a lifetime. In other words, I've learned the tools and the information I need to be successful in that area. But if you're a person that all you want to do is sit back and wait for somebody else to do the hard work on your behalf, you're gonna talk yourself out of your own blessing. And then when it doesn't work out the way you thought it should work out, you just want to be able to be the person that point the finger and say, well, she didn't do it to me. She didn't give me all the information. Well, just like some videos, if you know you're a person, I'm going to use YouTube as a perfect example. If you know that you're a type of person and it doesn't require for you to sit through a 15-minute video on how to cook a steak, because you're one of them persons that you can read in between the lines. So that 4 or 5 minute video on how to cook a steak may be all that you need because you're an in between the liner person. Whereas this other person, again, you got to know yourself. See, it can't be based on what I know. You got to know yourself and what's required. What's your yin and your yang? What makes you tick and what makes you talk? What's your tolerance level of too much information versus not enough or the lack thereof? You have got to know yourself enough to know that, okay, if I watch this 5-minute video on bullet points on how to cook a steak or how to study for a test, how to work out a problem, whatever the case may be, a mathematical problem, whatever, and you can read in between the lines, then that shortcut Cliff Note version of how to cook a steak may be perfect for you. But if you're a type of person that you know you need extra details, but yet you're not willing to sit through and listen to the extra details, then you're not going to succeed. Because what's going to happen is you're going to try to watch the short version, and there are going to be details that you are missing based on your knowledge, based on how you learn and intake information. You're going to get frustrated watching that 4-minute video because there's going to be things that are missing. And you're going to attempt to do something with missing information, if you will, because again, remember, you're not in between the liner. You're not good at reading in between the lines. Okay? So you watch this other video, this quick video, and then you attempt to do it and you make all kinds of flaws. You jack up a whole good old piece of meat. And then you get frustrated at the person that gave you an option. Okay, well, here's a video or here's some instructions that tell you how to get there if you don't need a whole lot of hoopla. But here, this one is more detailed. This information over here is more detailed. Don't blame the person, the messenger that's pointing you to the information. You then have to deduce in your mind, okay, which one is going to be beneficial for me? Let me start off watching the 5-minute video, and if it doesn't give it, here's where wisdom kicks in. Let me just say, here's where wisdom kicks in for you to be successful. You've been given 2 options. If the first option does not satisfy that of detail which you require to establish something in your life, then go ahead on and watch the 10 or 15-minute video. Now, you spent 20 minutes, okay? But at least if this didn't give you what you wanted and you didn't attempt because you needed more information, then go over there to the other video or the other information that gives you more detail. So then when you get ready to attempt whatever it is, you will be successful because you've got everything in a nutshell. And if there's any questions that arise, because see, some of us, we learn differently. We intake information differently. And so I just that was just on me, don't count yourself out of a blessing. Don't cut yourself or sell yourself short because you just, they asking, they want me to do all that. I hear people say that, they want me to do that. Yeah, guess what? When I wanted to be successful I had to go through all of that. So why shouldn't you? There are going to be things in our life that you're not going to be able to shortcut or circumvent the process. You're just not going to be able to do it. And when we learn that, and guess what? We're all still learning it. When we truly learn that, but I'm telling you, listen, people, listen, really listen. There are going to be certain things in your life that you cannot take the shortcut. Like I said, I hope I gave a good example and analogy with the videos. One option may give you bullet points because you know that, okay, because you may know how to cook and you might, you already know where the temperature is going to be. But if you don't know how to cook and they leave that type of stuff out in the first instructional or whatever, and you get on that stove and turn it up too high, you're going to burn up. Even though steak can be cooked on high, but you got to know how to do it. If you don't have that in between, know how to do it, then you're going to ruin a good piece of meat. So again, that's just an example. Don't cut yourself. Don't sell yourself short because you don't want to put in the work, because you don't want to do all of that. Oh, they want you to do too much. And like I said, I hear that and I be wanting to, it almost sometimes make me cringe. It's because people genuinely don't want to do the work. They just always want to see the success immediately. But you have got to take the time out. Hear what I'm saying, y'all. You really have to take the time out to study, to show yourself approved. See, that's not just in reading the word. That's in anything in your life. That's anything that you are setting out to accomplish. Ask the Lord, hey, I want to be successful in this. And I don't want to get frustrated along the way and I just stop. I just totally throw it out the window. I throw the baby out with the bathwater. I just totally stop pursuing this or that. Because why? I got frustrated in the process because I didn't want to do all of that. Well, all of that may be required for you to be successful. You're going to have to go through some things. You're going to have to sit through one or two more seminars than normal. Again, know thyself. You got to know yourself. You got to know what is required for you. And once you recognize what is required for you, then you have to be able to take those steps to get to wherever you need to go, period. And don't compare yourself to Shalonda and Ricky over there. Because again, they may be people, I can remember when I was in college or just in high school and college, there were some people, they would get that instruction one time, boom, and they got it. But for me, I had to work hard for my A's in college. Oh yes, I had to put some time in it. But some people's brains and some people's get down, they got it the first time. Whereas me, I can maybe understand what is being requested, but I got to do a little bit more reading. I got to do a little bit more searching to get it to click better, so I can have a better understanding. Perfect example, doing taxes. I've always done my taxes again up until, whenever my father passed, then, he was doing my taxes for some years. But when he passed, I took back over doing it. Now, I didn't want to have to pay $600 to $700 for somebody to do my taxes, when all I needed to do was just take little time. Now, some people are saying, look, I don't want to have to read all that geek stuff. I don't want to have to go through all that and look at and then they're willing to pay that for that service and have somebody professionally do it. Well, for me, my brain is wired that way where I like to get into details of things. So guess what? When I got stumped on 2 issues concerning my federal taxes. Guess what I did? I picked up the phone and I called the IRS. Now, did I have to wait and hold on the line for 45 minutes to get an actual agent on the phone? Yeah. And I said, look, I got a problem with line number 9. What does this mean? Am I eligible for this or this deduction? And we went through, that man went right through my taxes with me. Did I have to go through calling and waiting? Yeah. But that was what I was willing to do. So now I've been successful of completing that task, and I've saved $600. And I know that if for whatever reason I'm just audited, because you know they can audit you randomly just to audit you. I've got the paperwork to back up what I have already discussed on the phone with that IRS verbatim. I didn't try to hide information. No, I asked straight up questions. What does it mean here on line number 9 pertaining to X, Y, and Z? And he walked me through it. And so I said, okay, well, I have this receipt for this. Is this eligible? He said, nope, not for that. So I knew I can't add that in. So for everything else, he was like, yep, that you're good with that. And, you know, long as you got the backup paperwork, if you are ever audited, I've got it. So those are the things that I had to go through. And again, that's just another simple analogy. But I just wanted to just encourage you all, don't be so quick to want to be the first one to finish the race. Because like the word tells us, the race is not given to the swift, but for those who what? Endure to the end. There are going to be some things in your life, situations, that you're going to have to just endure through it. You're going to have to take the time out and study and show yourself approved. It is for your good that it works out all together. It is for your good. So getting mad at this one over here because they didn't give you all the information no, that's when it kicks in. You say, you know what? I'm not going to be a pointer finger. This is my stuff. So I need to feel a certain type of way. I need to do some leg work on it. I need to do some studying and research on it myself. And I tell people all the time, when you want to start a channel, you know, they want you to look at their channel. I've had people reach out to me and say, oh, can you look at my channel and tell me what it is that I'm doing wrong, what I'm doing right? And I can do all of that. But here's some just A1 plus info and knowledge and instructions I can give for anybody wanting to start a channel. Baby, you have got to write the vision and make it plain. You can be inspired by watching me, by watching other channels, but honestly and truly, write down the vision for your channel based on what you know you can handle and do. What do you want your channel to be about? And you have to get, because see, I can watch your channel and say, oh, okay, yeah, that looked good when you did that outfit the other day. Find out if this is what or if you're going to be a conglomerate of things on your channel. You're just going to share every and anything that goes on in your life. That is for you to decide. You have to decide what it is that you want your life to look like on camera, on to the public. I can't decide that for you. I can't decide, or any of us content creators, like I said, we can give you good advice, but ultimately, you have to narrow down, okay, what do I want my channel to be about? And I'm going to feed that area in which I want to display for the whole world to see at any given point. And trust and believe, I look at my analytics and I look at all the different people that watch my channel from different parts of the world, and I am like shocked. I've got people that watch me in Iceland. I mean, I was just like, so you never know who's watching your channel and what their perception of you are. So that's why I said, when you're doing, and again, this is about anything you're doing in life, do not sell yourself short. Don't always be that person, oh, that's just too much. Because if you really want it, if you really want to be blessed, if you really want to be successful, really and truly, and that, again, that's anything in your life, you got to put in the work, baby. You cannot shortcut or circumvent some things. Again, use the analogy I used at the beginning about watching a 5-minute video versus a 15, 20-minute video. You got to know yourself. Know thine own self. What is required for me to get things? Not because you're trying to impress this one over here. Because she got it in 5 minutes. Now you feel like you got to compete with that and get it in 4. No, baby. Because you'll frustrate yourself. Because that's not the way you get. That's not your get down. That's not how you flow. That's not how you intake information. You intake information by having it a little bit more detailed for you. So then at the end, you're successful. So anyway, that's all I want to talk to y'all about. But again, tune in tomorrow morning. We're going to do morning live. I'm still doing good on my cabbage to, jumpstart my, I'm 4 pounds down, y'all. I tell you what, it's just, again, I do like 2 days on, 2 days off with that. But anyway, I love y'all so much. I will see y'all in the morning for our Bible study live. We're going to jump back into Genesis. I think where we at, y'all, Genesis 28. And we're going to get into the word. All right. Love y'all. God bless. And may the peace of the Lord be with you. Bye, y'all.